how did you get there? What
Yeah.
can I, like, how can I grow that way?
Mhm.
And, and I told her, I said, my relationship with the Lord is actually grown deeper in this last year when I connected my health and my walk with the Lord. Like, once I made that connection, like, things changed for me in that walk. And that's what I've tried to explain to him. So I'm going to get out of this funk that I've been in for
Yep.
like, it's been about 4 days, and I was thinking, I was praying this morning, like, I'm done with the funk. Like, I need to get over it. This
Yeah.
is your last day to be in the funk, and tomorrow you're going to get back to what
Yeah.
you have been doing, because I do find joy and passion in it. And um, I think the struggle for me is that I need to follow my leadership. So I just am praying that that changes for him. But so we'll see.
You need to what?
That I need to follow his leadership. And so I need to, that's where my struggle is, because I want to do how God set up
Mhm.
this life. And I want to be obedient to that. But I also have such passion in this. And so
Absolutely.
I'm trying not to just argue about it. I'm just trying to put in the work and see what comes from it. And, I think that if this is right, the Lord will bless it. And if it's not, then I will see that too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I will still, continue doing it because I love it, but
Mhm.
it'll just look different. I'm just praying it doesn't have to.
Well, we'll pray about it together too. Let's pray right now,
Yes.
you guys.
Hi,
Alessandra
everybody. Sorry.
on here. No, it's okay. Hey, Julie. Hey, Alyssa. I can't see y'all's faces. Hey, there's Alyssa. How are you? Hey, I just saw that you emailed me back. I have not gotten to look at it yet. But I will. Okay. Um,
Okay.
I'm just going to open us up in prayer before we get into this call, which is about social media. But honestly, too, you guys, like, if you have questions for me about anything that you're going through, that you're walking through, that your conversations, whatever, like, hey, that's what I'm here for tonight. But I do want to help you guys with social media, because I know that's a big obstacle to overcome. But let me start with prayer first, okay? God, I just thank you so much for this time. I thank you for orchestrating who is on this call. I thank you for orchestrating, just leading us together. And God, I know that every woman here has a purpose. She has a passion deep inside of her. And God, she has a hunger to grow not just a business, but to grow one that will honor you, God. And I pray that we would do that together, that we would not do anything with our businesses or our bodies that are in opposition to what your word says, God. And I pray that you would please bless the work that we do. Help us to shine bright for you. And God, help us to be good stewards of our bodies, of our businesses, of our families, our relationships, our social media, God. And I just pray that we would bring honor and glory to you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, you guys. So we're talking about social media. Some of you guys, Alyssa, have you been on this social media call? The training?
Say that you weren't, please.
I think so. I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. I know Elisana hasn't. And it's always good for me, honestly, to reteach it. So what we're going to talk about tonight is social media. But if this is your first coach call, welcome. If you haven't watched the other ones, you can definitely go back and watch the recordings. But no matter where you're at in your social media, in your coaching journey, this call, social media is our platform, right? Like, it's how we actually build our businesses. There's a lot of people who build a business in a bricks and mortar place. There are a lot of people who, sorry, I'm trying to look at my notes that I have here to make sure I don't miss anything. There are a lot of people who do open a storefront and advertise, pay for advertising, say, this is what I'm offering. Some of you guys may have done direct sales or marketing before, where you actually had to get people together in a physical location. Who's ever been to a Rodan Fields presentation or a Pampered Chef party or whatever, right? Those are great things, and those are good products that I personally love. But I love about this business that I don't have to actually pay for advertising. I don't have to get people together in a room and hope somebody shows up. Social media is my platform, right? That is where I get to share my story. I get to share my faith. I get to share my workouts and my transformations and your transformations. And it is a social media business. So if you're not posting, I always say this, then you're not building a business. And that's why right away as new coaches, we have you, one, commit to a workout program, commit to drinking Shakeology, commit to being a challenger first and always, but we also have you make that first coach announcement, right? It's not to scare you or push you away or make you do something so scary that you don't want to come back. It's because that we know that when you rip that Band-Aid off and you talk to people about your fitness, about why you are committing to working out, about why you're cleaning up your nutrition, about why you've joined a group of faith-based women who are doing it with you, because like that's going to inspire somebody. Your story is going to inspire someone. And when you're consistently, please hear that word, consistently, showing up on social media, and you're sharing things about your family, you're sharing things about your fitness, you're sharing things about your faith and what you do for fun and playing in the snow and whatever, people are going to be drawn into who you are, into your story, and they're honestly going to like and love you for who you are and not just because you're a Beachbody coach. When you become a coach, you don't become like a Beachbody like flashing ad. You just learn to really tell your story. And like Amber was saying just before, you know, somebody reached out to her today to say, hey, you inspire me so much in your faith. Like I want that. And you know, guys, I do see this as such a good gospel opportunity that we get to shine the light of Christ every single day. So, you know, I know that, you know, one, you should be posting. Two, you guys should be inviting. Last week's call was about inviting. There are lots and lots of resources in your Coach Online office. Let me see if I can get that pulled up really before we go. You know, we post in our launch pad. We've given you guys, you know, tips for inviting and trainings. So, you know, those are honestly the main things that you should be doing. You should be working on your own fitness results. You should be committed to a workout program, a nutrition plan, drinking your Shakeology, and really and truly, guys, it's not going to be perfect, but you should be committed to getting results in your fitness, right? Because nobody's going to follow a coach who never drops the 20 pounds or, you know, who doesn't, you know, like they see you eating donuts every day for breakfast or whatever. Not that those are, we don't need to be a slave to our results or anything like that. But, you know, we are, as faith-based coaches, we're saying, you know, God created this. Like, I want to steward it well, and this is how I'm doing it, right? Basically, that's my message to the world. I was telling some other coaches that I feel like I'd kind of gotten away from that core message, which is Jesus, stewardship, you know, fitness, and now homeschooling, right? Those are the things that I post about. That's what my content is. And I want to help you discover, what are you going to share with the world, and what are you sharing with people so that they relate to you, they relate to your story, and they want to join you because you are being the proof that this works, right? So that's where we're going to kind of jump in today. And you guys, seriously, this is not a formal call. There's just a few of us on tonight, which I love. I want you to unmute yourself, or type in the chat bar if you, oops, I don't know why I did that. Or type in the chat bar if you have questions for me. But this is to help you grow your business, grow more confident in what you're doing as a coach, and help you get more eyes on your content. And then you have to do the work of actually going out and like talking to the people that you follow, you know, starting those conversations, being yourself, and inviting people to join you. All right. So some things we're going to talk about tonight. And again, so you may have been through this call again. If you have, take something new from it, because it is a good bit of information. But I am recording this. You can watch it back, and I always have the slides if you want them. But we're going to talk about setting up your Instagram page, how to grow your following, which you should do every day, sharing versus selling, the basics of stories and reels. I really need to add reels to this, but I don't want to overwhelm you too much. How not to use social media, what a few of my favorite apps are, and I definitely want to talk about maintaining a healthy relationship with social media, because I know that as a brand new coach, like I just dove in. I wasn't using social media before, so this was new for me. And I'm sorry, I don't know. Milo, did you figure it out? Okay, I don't know what's going on in there. I wasn't using social media, and I really honestly fell into that trap of thinking, oh, I've got to post. Oh, I've got to check my messages. Oh, I've got to see how many likes I got, how many comments I got, right? And yes, you do have to do those things, but I don't want you to be a slave to that, right? Our results, our purpose does not lie in how many likes we get on our coach announcement. It lies in who we are in Christ, right? And so I want you guys to be confident in that. So first of all, really quickly, this is very quickly, here, your Instagram bio. I want you to set up your Instagram bio if you have not done that yet. Why does your Instagram bio matter? Because this is the first thing that people are going to see when they come to your Instagram page. Before they scroll down to see your posts, before they watch your stories, they're going to read about who you are. And so I always encourage you guys to make it your name. So like mine's Rachel J. Mitchell. You see my name there at the top. I put in a quick mission statement, basically. Your mission statement should be unique to you, but mine just says encouraging women to follow God first and everything else second. And then there's just a couple of bullet points with some fun emojis about who I am. This is old. I need to change this now. It says something about homeschooling. I'm a boy mom. I'm a Southern gal. It doesn't say, hey, I'm a coach. It doesn't say I'm a Beachbody coach. It doesn't have a link to my Beachbody site. It just has some things that are me, right? Because you people are going to be drawn to who you are first, and then everything else is going to come second. Okay, so remember that. So tonight, if you haven't done this yet, update your bio. Your profile picture should be a picture of you. It should be clear, not of your cat, not of you in a group of 16 women. It should be a clear photo of you. If you don't have one, go outside tomorrow, get in the sunlight, take a selfie. iPhone pictures are beautiful. And just put it up there, because you guys people want to see your face first, because they're going to connect to you. And the same thing for your content, honestly. We'll talk more about that, but your content should be your pictures of you, not stock photos, not pictures you take of somebody else, not pictures from the Beachbody website. You're sharing your life with people, and you're going to get really good at it. And so one of the things that I want you guys doing every single day, this is on your business activity tracker, your Success Club system tracker. You should be following at least 10 new people on Instagram and Facebook every single day. If you're not growing your social media following, you will run out of people to talk to. But if you are growing your social media following, you will never run out of people to talk to. So it's very simple. How can you grow your following? Honestly, I started by just following friends of my friends. Okay. So if I went to my college roommate's Instagram page, I just looked to see who her friends were on Instagram. And I knew we would have an instant connection because I knew her and she was a lot like me. And so I would just follow her friends. That's one way you can do it. You can search hashtags. Make sure that if you are searching hashtags that they're not related to coaching or Beachbody. Search hashtags, and I have this color wheel. If you're new, if you haven't done this, go to our February launch pad in Facebook and go to the units or the guide section, and there's an assignment for creating your own color wheel. But basically your color wheel is just start to write down things that make you you, that separate you from other people maybe. Like I said, I have here, I'm a history teacher. We go camping a lot. I've struggled with PMDD. We love to travel. Now we're homeschooling. I am a boy mom. I'm very passionate about discipleship of kids and families. So those are things that I'm going to look for hashtags that relate to those things. And hopefully the goal is to find other people to follow who use the same type of hashtags, therefore have a lot in common with them, right? Another way to grow your business, your following, is to actually use hashtags underneath your photos. So like if I make a post about homeschooling, you can guarantee that in the comment section, I'm going to post some hashtags about homeschooling. And so the other people can find you that way. But you could also go to like your favorite small business accounts. If there's a favorite boutique that you like to shop at locally, or a coffee shop, or a whatever, just something that is small, a smaller business account that other people follow. Like if I go to a restaurant in a new city, I will go to their Instagram page and follow people who have liked their recent content. So those are all different ways that I do find new people to follow. But honestly, as a new coach, if your Instagram following is not very big, just start by following friends of friends. That's very easy to do. And you'll automatically have a connection with people there, and they'll start to see your content. All right. It does take time. I started with like 0 friends on Instagram. I didn't even use Instagram when I was a new coach. Okay. So I had to start from scratch. And every single day, I have been a coach. I have added followers, except on Sundays. And so you can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. Just start where you're at. Every day, check that box. You follow 10 new people on Facebook and Instagram. Don't forsake Facebook. Facebook is a great place to grow as a new coach. All right. So what are you posting? Are you going to get on Instagram tomorrow or Facebook or whatever and just start posting pictures of Beachbody Shakeology, the 21-day fix, of Autumn Calabrese? No, because that is selling. And yes, we do sell a product, but people buy into who you are and what your story is first. And so if you have a notepad in front of you, write these things down. What are my struggles? Like, what do you struggle with? Is it overeating? Is it, for me, it's been hormones for all of my life, or most of my life. Is it binge eating? Is it, snacking late at night? Is it, not understanding your worth and just kind of yo-yo dieting and looking for those quick fixes? What have you struggled with in your health and fitness? What have you struggled with in life? But particularly, obviously, we are kind of bringing that back to health and fitness. Write down what your struggles are. What are your wins? Like, how are you overcoming those struggles? Is it through portion control? Is it because your shake helps curb your sugar cravings? Is it because you learn to go to bed 10 minutes earlier, lay out your workout clothes, and set your alarm 5 alarms in the morning? Is it that you started to read God's word and actually look for scripture that talks about stewardship of your body, that talks about your worth? Like, how are you overcoming those struggles, right? Because it's important to be yourself, to show the world that you're human and that you're not perfect, but it's also important to show people, hey, this is what's working for me. Okay. Hey, Matt, will you come get me some water, please? And then obviously, share funny stories. We're not just here to talk about workouts and food and all those things. We're here to be ourselves. You have something to say, don't you? Okay. He doesn't have anything to say. Share funny things that your kids say. I'll tell you, some of the most engaged content that I have is when I share a picture of my kids and a quote from one of them, right? People love to hear stories about my kids. So, share your funny stuff. Again, show how health and fitness has impacted your family. If you go to my Instagram feed today, it's not just going to be pictures of me. It's going to be pictures of me and my family. And sometimes I'm talking about how the kids were watching me, or, I share a meal that the kids love to eat, or I talk about how, me taking care of myself and getting control of my hormones directly impacts my family. Why do I talk about those things? Because I know there's another woman out there who is struggling with exactly what I struggle with or struggled with, and she needs to hear a message of hope. All right. So I'm challenging you tonight to make a list of all of these things. Okay. And I want you to do it and post it in our new Coach Launchpad tomorrow and be like, okay, Rachel, here's my list. Here's what I struggle with. Here are my wins. Here's some funny things. Here's some things about my family. And also make a list of how you can add value. With every post that I make, I want it to add value to people's lives, even if it is just a funny story, even if it does just make people laugh. I don't want you guys, and I don't want to be a so what poster. I want our content to have value. Maybe it's a recipe you share. Maybe it's a story of hope. Maybe it's scripture. Maybe it's your salvation story, you guys. Get bold with being who you are and sharing with the world about Christ, because this all comes back to him. Give tips away. Here's how I make a meal plan. Here's how I lay out my clothes the night before so I can get up in the morning. Here's how I set my alarms. Here's what I do to sneak veggies into my kids' food, right? Give so much away that people want to come back to your Instagram feed and they want to follow you. And eventually they will want to join your challenge groups because you're showing up. You're doing the work yourself, you're adding value to people's lives, and you're inviting people behind the scenes who are engaging with your content. Now, this will take time. This will take practice. You will some days wake up and be like, I don't know what in the heck to post, but you shouldn't, because I have given you a posting calendar. Okay. So always go back to that. And I will do that each month. But eventually you're going to come up with your own content, because you're going to feel led to share certain things and make these. Even if I give you a post idea, it's going to be your story and not my own. Okay. And you do have to get in the habit of posting. And hear this too, you guys. If you post 1 week and then you take a week off, people forget about you. If you post 1 week that you're recommitting to your workouts and your nutrition and you're going to nail it, and you do it, and then life happens and you fall off the wagon and you don't post for a week, people are going to be like, okay, like where'd she go? So it's very important to be consistent, whether you're posting 4 days a week, 7 days a week, whatever. But I say all new coaches need to post at least 4 to 5 times a week. All right. Okay. Posting strategy here. This is good. I love teaching this. This is fun to me. Okay. Hold on. On your Instagram feed, as far as the posts, when I say post, I mean like the actual posts you put in your squares, not your stories. You don't need to post more than once a day. Instagram likes just 1 post a day. And sometimes I don't post one day, but I do usually post at least 5 times a week. Always use your own photos. People are following you. They don't care what Autumn Calabrese is doing on your page. They don't care that you take a stock photo of a recipe from the internet. People want to see you. Even if you like foul up the worst recipe and you share that with people, that will get you lots of engagement, because people want to hear about you and your life, and you are interesting. Hear me. You are interesting. Your story, no matter how significant you think it is of value to someone out there. So know that. I really like to encourage you guys not to post in the moment, meaning like, oh, it's Tuesday night. I haven't made a post yet. I got to post something. What am I going to say? Where am I going to get a picture? Like, that's stressful. And it's honestly just not good business building habits. This will be really hard to grasp at first, like taking pictures ahead of time and coming up with things to say. But again, I've given you a posting calendar. So all you have to do really is think, how do I want to say that this week? And what picture can I post with that content idea? One of the things I love to do, you guys, is on the weekends, or if I'm out somewhere fun, or I've gotten dressed up, or even if I'm in my workout clothes, is to swap out a couple of outfits, take some pictures if the lighting's good. Like, one of the things I've done now because the weather's been nuts, but is on Sundays, I would usually like take some outfits out somewhere where the lighting was good or the background was fun, and I would just take a bunch of pictures in bulk, and I would know I'm going to use these in the future. And when I needed to make a post, I needed a picture, I would just pull from what I already have. So, that's one thing I encourage you. I do post some things in the moment when I'm really inspired or have something to say, but a lot of the content you see me post, I've written it ahead of time and I've thought it out ahead of time. So, it just helps you not be stressed. I don't want you to be stressed. Definitely post more than just fitness. I don't know if you guys got to be on our team call last night. It was really good. She was really spunky girl, talked about this, but you want your social media feed to draw people in and have them come and say, hey, I want to hear more from Alyssa. I want to hear more from Amber. I want to know more about her. And if all you post is just fitness photos, people are going to get bored with that really quickly. Yeah, it's part of our story. It's an important part of our story, but so are my kids. So is my faith. So is, that struggle that I overcame this week in my quiet time, right? People, you will be sharing your fitness regularly in your stories, but go back to your bio, go back to your color wheel. You want your Instagram feed to reflect who you said you were. And so if you go to mine, you are going to see my kids, you're going to see homeschool stuff, you're going to see fitness, you're going to see my team, you're going to see my faith. And that is what I am really putting out into the world. And yours will be different than mine. Some of the things will be the same. But no matter what, it should be a reflection of who you are. Now, there are 3 main types of posts that you will make as a coach, and I'm going to break them down. One is you're going to share value. You're going to share tips on how to whatever, how to make a meal plan, how to get your workout in, how to, stop overeating at night, how to commit to 30 minutes a week. I don't know, whatever. You're going to start to, if you need ideas for what healthy tips can I share, just Google it or Pinterest it. There's so many good resources out there, but add value. I love to do like a Sunday stewardship kind of post where I prepare for the week. Maybe here's how I plan out my week. Here's how I time block. Here's how I make a meal plan. Here's how I meal prep. Just I like to add value that way. And so you can share lots of different tips. Sometimes I add value and say, here's how I study the Bible, right? But your post should add value. Another type of post is a viral post. These are fun to make and really can be on target with who you are, your brand. I like to make a lot of posts that have to do with momming and are just funny, like this one here. These are posts that people will share and they'll like, and a lot of people will comment on. And it's really just, again, a way to share who you are, but also to get some good engagement to draw people to your page. The last type of post is a vulnerable post. And these are ones where you get really real. These are typically the hardest for new coaches. I remember the first time I shared my transformation story or my transformation picture, I had been a coach for like 3 months, and it was my original transformation. You know how we tell you when you start a new workout program, take your before pictures. Well, this is the one I did in like my swimsuit. And you don't have to do that, and honestly never intended to, but I really felt led to. And I remember the first time I did that, like it was really hard to share, but I wanted people to see my starting point, and my husband okayed it, and it really showed my vulnerability and how awful I felt about myself when I started my first workout program. It could be a post about how you got way off track. Could be a post about how you doubt yourself. Vulnerable posts are good because they show that we're real. We're not like Barbie coaches. We're not people who never struggle with different things. We're real people doing real life, trying to make real changes. And we're telling people that it's hard for us too, but this is what we're doing to try to overcome that. And a vulnerable post is really important because it helps people relate to who you are, where you are, and what you come from. So these are just a couple of examples of those types of posts. This is a value post. This was a post actually recycled recently and made it again. And this was just tips for new coaches. Okay. So this was not even about fitness or anything like this. This was related to business. And I was sharing some tips for new coaches. So that added value. This is a viral one. I did get a photo from another Instagram account and made sure I tagged her. But it was just funny because it was like a really very much a mom funny post, and it got a lot of engagement too. So that's it. When I say viral, that's what that's like. Vulnerable. This was Shannon talking about how she thought, she'd never get her body back. And her post was very simple, but she obviously showed that she is getting results, and she is, overcoming those fears and those doubts by taking care of the body that God gave her. So those are just 3 examples of those types of posts. If you guys have any questions about those, you can type in the chat bar. So posting once a day on Instagram. On Facebook, you can post more if you want to, but on Instagram, post once a day, and then you're going to be in your stories too, which we'll talk about in a minute. But some things to do after you make your post. This is really important. And honestly, it's not something I'm always the best at, but I try to think about it. So, you don't want to just go make a post and then just sit there and wait for everybody to come like your content. And if you want people to like and comment on your content, then you need to be spending time each day liking and commenting on other people's content. So, when I make a post, I try to make a post at a time of day when I can sit there for 10 to 15 minutes and engage on other people's content. So after I make my post, I put my hashtags in the comments. I'll sit on Instagram for a good 10 minutes and just scroll through my feed or through my stories, and I'll like, comment, or respond to other people's stories. Because what does this do? This tells Instagram, hey, this woman just posted on social media and she's engaging with other people's content. I want to put her content into other people's feed more. And it also, if you are liking and commenting on other people's content, they're going to come and check your page out. Okay. So, these are some things to do as soon as you make your daily post. spend some time on Instagram, spend some time sharing the love on other people's content in order to get the love back. All right. Instagram rewards engagement. And the more that we are engaging, the more they're going to push your content into the feeds of other people as well. Instagram stories. So you should be posting once a day. That's like a more, it's a prettier picture, well thought out picture and caption. Stories are just real life. Stories are so much fun. I was so intimidated by stories. We didn't have them when I was a new coach. So it came like halfway into my coaching journey. I was like, oh gosh, another thing I have to do, right? But it's really fun and it gives people a glimpse into your life. And so I always tell coaches, think of it as a reality TV show. You can be yourself. You don't have to like type out this perfect post. You can just like take pictures. You can take videos. You can put fun emojis on them. You can put music to them. Now we have reels, but some things that you should be posting in your Instagram stories every day are your workouts. And it can be one quick 15-second clip of your workout. It can be a sweaty selfie afterwards, whatever, but make sure people know that you are working out in your home every single day. And we can share some more ideas on that later. But, if you don't know how to take a video in your stories, definitely reach out to your coach. It's not complicated. You can definitely do it real easily. But share product usage without saying the name most days. You see me mix up my go-go juice in the morning. You see me drink my shake most days. I want people to see the products that I'm using because I'm going to ask them to do the same thing, right? And if they never see me drink a shake, but I'm asking you to buy the Shakeology, it's not going to make a lot of sense. But hear this, you guys. People will do what you are doing. If they see you doing it consistently, they're 90% more likely to join you and sign up with a shake and a challenge pack and all those things, right? But if they never see you do these things, then it's going to be hard to make that sale. So I do share my Energize. I do share my shake most days. Sometimes other products if we use them like beach bars and such, but I do put something in my stories every day. Share healthy meals. Like I said, you don't want to be the coach who's like saying, hey, come get healthy and fit with me. But all people ever see you eat is like bagels and cream cheese and donuts, right? Follow your nutrition plan. Try the recipes in the Beachbody On Demand website. Try the recipes. Get the Fixate cookbook and start trying some of the recipes. And you could do like a little cooking show on your stories every day. I'm trying a new recipe. This is what we're making. Show people healthy meals. They're going to know that, if you're doing it, if you have those resources, then they will have those resources too. Definitely daily life. So, like today we were out in the snow. I made sure I don't want everything in my feed to be food and fitness, right? I want it to include a lot about me because I want people to connect with my story. So in the mornings, I'm always going to share something from my quiet time. I'm going to encourage women in their faith. I'm going to share funny things my kids do or homeschooling, moments or, playing in the snow. And so my stories are a good mix of all of those things so people just stay engaged. And I do invite almost every single day in my stories. You see that. You see me talk about my challenge groups. You've seen me talk about coaching. You've seen me invite to this 7-day sugar-free challenge. I'm inviting to something daily. We do have some resources for you to make like pretty stories, inviting to our challenge group, to coaching, but don't be afraid just to get in your stories and share your workout selfie and be like, I love my faith and fitness community. I love that I can check in here every single day. I would love to help you work out with me and do what I'm doing. Do you want more information? Put a poll that says yes or no, or, swipe up to message me or leave me your email and I can share information. People have to know that there's something that they can join if they're going to join you. And if you never invite or you never talk about your boot camps or coaching, then nobody's going to join you because they're going to be like, what the heck is she talking about whenever you go into their inbox? All right. So that's important too. And, I do think stories are important. I think posting is important. I think reels are important. Stories are just like, again, it's important because you get to speak to your audience in a different way. So, definitely utilize those things. Don't be a slave to your stories. Like there are some coaches who are on there and make like 200 stories in a day. Like, I don't want you to be on your phone that much, but I encourage you guys to make like 10 to 15 stories a day. That's like almost one an hour. And just get creative. Ask one thing in your social media content that I want you to hear and to practice is be interested in your followers. Now, what do I mean? That means it's not just the Rachel show. Yeah, it is me talking about myself and my life and inviting to what I'm doing, but I ask questions about my followers a lot. You know, what did you do for Valentine's Day? Do you like flowers or chocolate? Do you, did you grow up on a farm or in the city? Do you love to travel or are you a homebody? Right? So I love to ask questions of my followers so they know I am interested in them. And it also gives me an opportunity to connect with people. When people click on my polls, I can go into their inbox and say, hey, and message them about whatever the poll was, right? So it's just a really fun way to get creative and to be engaging with your followers. I do have this. If you want this, it's not something I use personally, but it is good for new coaches. It's a tracker that kind of gives you ideas about what to post. I don't know if you can see it very well, but down here at the bottom where it said, like every day it says social post, and it gives you an idea. Like on Thursday, talk about coaching. On Friday, talk about fitness. On Saturday, talk about family. Sunday, make an invite post. On Monday, share a lifestyle post. Tuesday, tell your story. Wednesday, talk about community. Like, that's a really good flow to follow in what you're going to talk about in your social post. But then under that, in Instagram stories, it gives you ideas of what to post about throughout the day. So, on Thursday, start with daily life, share something from your personal development, share a product that you use, talk about your challenge group, talk about gratitude, that type of thing. So if anybody wants this, I'm pretty sure it's in our Launchpad, but I can make sure that it is. But it just kind of gives you an idea of what your content can look like throughout the day. But you'll fall into a groove and you'll get used to posting and doing those things. I talked about this already. Spend time every single day on social media engaging with other people's content. We can't just put our stuff out there and expect everybody to engage with it if we're not spending time giving the love on other people's content. Give love to get love, right? So, spend some time every day commenting, liking, responding to other people's stories. That's just part of your Success Club system. And it says that if you have your business activity tracker printed, which you should, it's on there. It tells you to do these things every day. When you are writing your posts, definitely tell people what to do. So like today I shared a transformation photo from Steph, who's a coach on our team. And you know what I told them to do? I said, double tap this photo to share the love with Steph, right? So you want people to engage on your content, and you have to tell them what to do. If you are sharing a recipe, tell people, bookmark this post. You're going to love this recipe. If you're sharing about your favorite vacation, ask people, what's your favorite vacation you've ever been on? If you are doing a call to action post talking about your challenge group, tell people, comment below or click the link in my bio. You have to tell people what to do if you want them to engage on your content. And we can share tips on that more later too. Some of my favorite apps that I use for my content is PicTapGo is one I use. I like it. It's very simple to create like a consistent filter for my photos. Lightroom, I put those squares around my photos. I use Square Ready for that. And I also use an app called Plann, Plann, to actually plan out my content before I post it. So you can look into those things. For stories, I use Unfold. I use Mojo. If you see me make those like stories where my videos kind of pop in, that's Mojo. I use Canva a lot. And the resources that I create for you guys, like the stories that you can actually edit and use, are Canva. So it's easiest to work with it from a desktop, and you can just share the things to your phone. But those are my favorite apps as far as that. When it comes to maintaining a healthy relationship with social media, it is very important, you guys. It's easy to get sucked into scrolling. It's easy to get sucked into comparison. It's easy to spend all your work time watching what other coaches are doing instead of doing your own work. And those are things I want you to guard your heart against. And I love this verse, 1 Corinthians 4:2, that says, in this regard, it is required that managers be found faithful. My social media content, my business, my account, it's something God has given me to steward and steward well. And so I am warning you. I'm warning you. You will get sucked into wasting your time on social media. You will get sucked into comparison. You will get sucked into not working your business because you're watching other people work their business. But you can guard against those things. And here are some tips. Definitely set hours for your screen time. I'm not the best at this. I'm not perfect at it, but it is something I try to be aware of. And every Sunday on my phone, my iPhone tells me how much time I've spent on my phone. And I appreciate that because I don't want it to go up. I want it to go down. If I can answer messages from my computer, I do that. If I can create content from my computer, I do that. But I do use my phone a lot. I mean, it's a social media based business, and you can work your business from anywhere, which is a blessing, but make sure you're aware of how much time you're spending on your phone, and plan time to work your business so that you are doing the things you need to. Definitely plan ahead. We talked about that. Planning your content and your pictures helps you stay off your phone a lot. Be where your feet are at. If you're having family time or date night or even dinner, or time with a friend, put your phone away. Don't sit there, check your phone, over and over. Be where your feet are at. And then ask for help. If you need help in this area, if you find yourself, falling victim to some of these things, it doesn't mean you should quit. It doesn't mean that coaching is not for you. It just means you need accountability and, ask somebody who will hold you accountable. And like I said, and I will preach it until the day I die. If you're not consistent in what you do, then you are going to have a very, very hard time building this business. And that is not perfection. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but you have to be consistent. Okay. That's very important. So, Alyssa, you said you don't have a printer. Let me show you guys something fantastic. There are a couple of resources. If you can't print off your business activity tracker right now, there are some things that you can do. There is an app called the Success Club Tracker or something like that. It's like if you Google Success Club, it's going to probably pull up on your app store, but it's just like a blue image and it has an SC on it. And it actually is the tracker in an app, and you can use that to guide your business every single day. It's really cool. You just have to hit save. You go in and you work and you do some things and you check them off, make sure you hit save. But I'm also going to show you this right now because this is in your coach office. And like I said, you have so many resources in your coach office. If you go to your coach.teambeachbody.com and you go to training, you had to watch the Getting Started videos to join our Launchpad. Then go on to the Success Club System trainings. This gives you trainings on how to invite, about why you're using social media, how to be proof that the products work. Like, work your way through these trainings and you are going to crush it. Okay. But what I came on here to show you was they have now put our business activity tracker in your coach office. So if you go to Grow My Business and Daily Activity Tracker, and you can do this from your phone. I'm pretty sure I have it, but I haven't, but I'm pretty sure you can. You can actually go through the vitals. Be proof that the products work. Work out. I didn't check this yet. Drink your shake. And I love how the little percentage thing goes up. Connect, follow up, invite people to join your challenge group, respond to all new likes, and everything that we talked about tonight is on there. This is the connect, invite, and follow up. That's the IPAs. Those are your income producing activities. If you're not doing those things daily, then your business won't grow. Now, you don't have to do them perfectly. Are there days I don't check all the boxes? Probably, yes. But, an incomplete tracker is better than nothing at all. And then there's stuff pertaining to your challenge group and then your personal development. And so as you work throughout the day, you can check these boxes and it saves saves it for you. And then there's the link to the training that I just showed you. So if you're like, I need help with inviting, you can click on this and it's going to take you to a video, a short video. This one's 18 minutes long, about how to get started with inviting. It's fantastic. Like, I have never seen a business set you up for success as well as Team Beachbody. So follow the tracker, ask questions in our new coach pods and page, and then just start posting, inviting friends and family to join our boot camp. That was the other thing. So our challenge group for this month started yesterday. You can still invite people to that group through tomorrow or Friday or Thursday. But if you miss that deadline and you haven't hit Success Club, which is 3 people, you want to sign 3 people up with a challenge pack each month, you can invite to a new group starting in March. Just say March 1st, right? So don't stop inviting. Keep doing the things that you are doing on that tracker, and get, maybe you need to get a little bit more bold. Maybe you need to invite some people on your list you haven't reached out to yet. Maybe you need to do a vulnerable post where you share something that's really hard that you haven't shared before, but women will relate to. Maybe you need to share your transformation. You haven't done that yet, or you make your coach announcement. But everything is figure outable, and we're here to help you figure out how to do it and what to do, right? So what questions do you guys have for me? I did really well, kept it under an hour. Do you guys have any questions for me? Now is your chance. If not, that's okay. I know, like, we're all, me or your upline are working with you guys one-on-one. Did that guys help? I mean, did that help give you an idea of what your social media should be like? Okay. All right. Alyssa, are you unmuting? Do you have a question? No. Okay. I see fingers and I'm like, oh, she's trying to unmute. Okay. All right, you guys, that is all I have for you. I just go out, do the things. If you haven't worked your business today, go open your Success Club system tracker in your coach office and check some boxes before you go to bed. The best thing you can do tonight is to go send 3 invites. Send 3 invites. Just reach out to someone who's watching you or someone you know already and just say, hey, I'm doing these workouts at home. Like, I'm loving it. I'm getting results. I'm eating things I never thought I would eat before. Would you want to work out with me and do what I'm doing? Simple. Just ask. You'd be surprised at what just asking, how it opens so many doors. And if people say yes, okay, great. Tell me your goals. Like, do you have some goals in your fitness? Like, let's talk about that. And then I can share with you what I'm doing. And you just tell them, I bought this pack. I've got access to workouts for a year. I'm drinking this shake and following this nutrition plan. And it all came in one pretty package. I can get you the package that I signed up with, right? There's power in what you're doing. People will do what you're doing, but you have to ask, you have to tell them, you have to explain a little bit. And if you need help with any conversation at any point, that's what we're here for. All right? Okay. All right, you guys. Well, good night. I'm going to go snuggle with my kids and then get ready for another snow day tomorrow. Bye, you guys.